Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to AJ's Inspired Life. I'm going to do a flip through for you of my collage weekly planner, 2022 weeks 1 through 18. So this is the second year that I have been participating in Marguerite Miller's challenge, and I am not current, but I am on week 18, or I'm done with the first 18 weeks. I had 3 books that I don't know how long I've had them. I don't know where they're from. They look like this. They were much larger. If you have been watching my videos, welcome back. You've seen me cut this down to size recently to make my second book, but that is how this came to be. Some people do them all in one book. Some people, I started off in a junk journal. So you can do them in whatever you want, but it did chunk up rather quickly, and you can see it's having a hard time even, kind of holding it. But we're going to continue on through the year. So this will be book number 2. And before this goes on the shelf, I thought I'd flip through it for you. So let me get out my prompts, because this is the one thing I have not figured out. I printed them up this year. You can buy them off Etsy. I will link her channel below, and you can follow the links if you don't already do it and you want to play along. You don't have to do them in order. You don't have to do them, obviously, the actual week of the year. And I just find them super fun. So anyway, the part I haven't figured out yet is how to incorporate the prompts into my book. Now, last year when I did it, I hand wrote them all into the front of my book. This year, I thought I would somehow glue this in, not knowing exactly what books I was going to use. So I have 3 books, obviously, like I just said, or will have. And when I printed these out, they printed out on double-sided, which obviously is to save paper, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't necessarily help me if I want to include them in here. So we'll just see. The point is they are not in the actual book yet, so I kind of need to refer to them as we go. So the front of the book, like I said, it's not holding very well. I left this front sheet intact. It is glued to the cover. This is the part you can see it's like totally ripped away. It's not loose. The binding just came out of the, I don't know. So I've put some washi on there. I probably should have maybe put some different, like Tyvek or something in there first and then washied over it. My idea is this is where I'm going to write the prompts like I did the first time, because I don't think there's a way for me to glue them in. But that's neither here nor there. These pages are done. Let me make sure I have you before we proceed. Here we go. All right. So, let me spit out my gum. So sorry. Okay, week number 1, something magical. Well, come on. A time. Well, it just says time. And translucent paper, such as tracing paper, vellum, or tissue. So anyway, something magical obviously is a Sasquatch. Time. And then tissue paper is back here. This is actually vellum, and I inked it just a tad there. Some furniture is here, and something triangular. Is this beautiful piece of paper here. And then bonus, which is either for her list, is either an additional item, or you can swap out one of the items. Let's say you couldn't find a piece of furniture, you could add in the last piece. So the bonus was a place. And this behind here is a beautiful place called Charleston, South Carolina. And so I used that, and I think it goes very nicely. And Mr. Sasquatch is checking out campus. So anyway, that's week number 1. Here we go. Week number 2, something that lives in a forest. Bees can live in forests too, I guess. A scrap from a paper pad. I think that's this piece right here. Oh, no. It's this piece. This orange piece right here is off of a notepad. Okay. A playing card either side. So I did have this beautiful set here. This was a gift from somebody that sent me in Happy Mail, and I used this fun side here. Something postal. I used a postcard. Cursive writing. This is a beautiful note from, I think, Sweet Christy Biddleson. Yes, because that's her meta. Cursive writing. And then bonus is something stapled. Did I not staple this page? Did I not? Maybe I didn't do something staple. Oh, I stapled that B right there. I was like, I don't have it marked off. So if they're not marked off, like if I circle it, I didn't do it. So other than that, I'm like, wait, I have it. I know it's here somewhere, but you can like barely even see it. So that little bee is stapled on there. This was from Happy Meal, you guys. Is he not magical, or majestic maybe is a better word? I mean, just stunning. But again, happy with the layout. I would never make a page like this otherwise. It's a little weird, like putting my name on a page, but it's just beautiful. Look at her writing. So I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, week number 3 is something fast. Some lace, which is right here. Again, this is from Happy Meal. And a game piece. Right here is a bingo card. Ledger paper is my background. So this entire piece in the background is a giant piece of ledger here. And then text in a foreign language is this piece. I have a magazine, and I believe it's in Russian. And so I used a couple pages and I cut it into strips, or ripped it into strips, and then kind of used it this way. And then here's an example of the bonus item is something lavender, and I did not use that one. So I crossed that one off like as I did not use it. So, but that's week number 3. Week number 4 is something fancy, which I thought this like fun lace dress. Something that starts with an H. So this fun little heart. A part of a recipe. Here's a part of a recipe for butter cake. And oh my gosh, it looks delicious. A tree with fruit or blossoms. So I chose this big tree here. And something torn. So I ripped a piece off of like one of my kids' old homework and used that edge there. And then the last one is something used in an office. Maybe I didn't use that one. I'm trying to look. Maybe I don't have a system like I thought I did. Maybe I double used this one. I'm not too sure. I don't have anything next to it. But anyway, yeah, I'm happy with that one too. All right, week number 4. Here we go. Week number 5. Let's turn the page. We're cooking. This is such a weird page to me. It just, my eye goes blah, but whatever. Something maroon. I chose this beautiful poinsettia. A repeating pattern found in nature. So, I don't know. I guess I used this as well. I'm trying to see what else is on there. Maybe that's the repeating pattern as well. I'm not too sure. The next one is an eating or cooking utensil, such as a spoon. Well, I chose a fork, obviously. The item is something hung on a wall, so I chose not to use that one. The next one is doodle. So this was in a art book, a children's art book, how to doodle. And then bonus was typewriter text. And so I found this prompt, or, quote in typewriter text. So I think the maroon and the pattern in nature is what I used this whole poinsettia here for. All right. And again, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to love every single page. It was fun. It got my brain working. It's fun to search for the items. I actually enjoy the hunt through my stuff. Like, I can tell you this sucker was hard for me to find. I don't know why. I could probably find other spoons and forks right now, but on this day, I remember hunting for it. Absolutely. So I do enjoy it. Okay. Week number 6. Oh my gosh. So this was another open prompt, which ironically are a little bit harder for me because then it's up to me, of course. It's not something she's telling me, So week number 6 is pick a room in a home, real or imagined. Find at least 3 images of things that could go in this room and create a collage with them. Well, yeah. So I kind of did it, right? My ideal room would be a deck out on the beach, a dock with a cabana, whatever. And I didn't choose 3 photos, and I put a title on it. So it's more of a vision board, but that's what worked for me for that week. All right. Week number 7, a photo. Now we're going to get to another prompt that has photo, but when I filmed that, I talked about this exact prompt. So sometimes when the prompt is a photo, I don't have a lot of photos. This was like a quirky photo of me that, like obviously is not good or whatever. And I don't even know why it was still on my roll, but of course my stupid Sprocket printed it out when whatever, right? So I was like, whatever, I'm using it. Okay. So I just used this like stupid photo of me, and then something in the garage. Well, this behind here was a giant picture of like an engine, a car engine. So I cut it up and like kind of interwove the pieces to create kind of this background, but you can see the picture behind it was actually an engine. So I used that. Number 3 was a rubber stamp used in 2 different colors. So I used this little star set here. I don't know why. It goes with nothing. Nothing about this thing matches, but it's fine. The next title was Headline. I don't know what this says. So if it's inappropriate, please excuse me. I doubt it is. It was in a magazine I picked up when we traveled somewhere. So I used this as the headline. The next is a sewing pattern. What did I use? Oh, a sewing item. I'm sorry, a sewing item. So I used the button. And then bonus is a random piece of washi tape. And so I added these little pieces of washi here and here. So, but again, I'm fine with it. I like it. It's kind of a weird one because I thought I was going to do a double page spread, obviously, and then ended up really on a single page spread. So this page is it's very like non-weighted or equally weighted, but it's completely fine. I'm fine with it. I actually like this little card with like the washi flags on the side and stuff. I like the woven kind of texture behind it and stuff. So I'm good. It is what it is, and it serves its purpose of just being creative. All right, look at this one, you guys. Week 8. Oh my goodness. Okay, the first prompt is a person. Yeah. The next one is a business card, and so I chose this business card. It was off of an ad from Charleston for a hemp collection, or collective, excuse me. The next thing is anything related to the sea. Well, I had already chosen her and love her, so I just made the rest of my picture kind of about like the sea. And so cut out the fish, grabbed a starfish, that sort of thing. The next one is a vegetable plant. So I found this big thing of lettuce and it looked enough to me like kelp, almost like it could be growing underwater with her. And so I thought that went. The next prompt is a map. So this beautiful map here is actually of Hollywood, it looks like. Yep, it sure is. Hollywood Boulevard. Yep. So this is not Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know where this is. I'm going to have to look this up now. That's going to bother me. It might be California. It can't be California. This is backwards. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm wondering if this is East Coast Hollywood. It might be a city. That's very interesting. Now I'm going to have to look it up. 18th. Yeah. Yacht Club Drive, Gulfstream, Golden Shores. I think this is Florida. Oh my gosh. Elizabeth, help a girl out. Am I on the East Coast? I think this is East Coast. You guys, here's the ocean. So this is not Hollywood. Anyway. Wow, you see where my brain goes very, very quickly. Anyway, a piece of a map. So that's there. And then bonus was a charm. And I had this little wooden anchor. And so I popped that on there. I thought that I love this page. I think it flows well. I think it makes sense to my brain as opposed to, this one. But it's okay. It's like, it's all part of the process. So I actually really like this one. All right. Week number 9. I posted this and someone sent me a funny comment. Okay. Something inspired by a fairy tale. Well, she looks like this beautiful queen to me from a fairy tale, so I chose her. Something that represents an event. I don't know what is what. Let me see what else I can figure out on here. An event, I think, is probably this. I'm not too sure. An architectural element. That is this fun columns behind here. I also, let's see, a dictionary page. I pulled this dictionary page here, and the words on here were kind of here's fairy, right? And fairy tale I highlighted to kind of tie in with this theme. The next prompt was a key. So this is a giant key, just for anyone that has any doubt. This is a key. And then bonus is a postage stamp. And so I found this really kind of cool postage stamp off of Happy Mail that I thought tied in all the colors. And it's almost like, I think it's a carousel is what of some sort. But anyway, it just reminded me of like the horse and carriages, right? That princesses ride in almost or something. Anyway, so I think this represents an event. I think this represents fall or Christmas or something like that. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yes, this is week 9 with my princess, and a key. Okay, a key. All right. Week number 10. The first prompt is a hat. And I'm actually digging on this page, you guys. I'm not going to lie. I struggled with this page. But can you see this guy? He is like this explorer guy. And look at his hat. Like, I think he's kind of cool. So I chose him. And then something that represents transportation. Well, I found this really cool sketch of this cool boat that I feel like he would be going in, right? Stamping in non-black ink. And so I got out my paints and a big foam stamp, and I stamped the background here. Hometown, whatever that means to you. I chose these seagulls because that will just always be home to me. Down by the beach in Southern California. That's where I spent literally my entire life. Until we moved here. And so that represents home to me. And then bonus is geometric shapes. And I found this piece of art, obviously, with these geometric shapes in the background. So I used that. Let's see. I do have this washi down here, and I'm just trying to... Oh, I'm sorry. One of the prompts is numbers. It's not checked off. That's why I'm like, did I skip it? No, I did not. Numbers is on there. So that is all the prompts, all 6 prompts. So it's very, very faint, but it's yellow tape and it has the numbers on it right here and here. So yeah, I was happy with this one. All right, that's week 10. This is a week that I'm like, holy heck, Allison, what is happening? This is a lot. It makes no sense whatever, but it is completely okay. And it, again, for the purposes of why I do this, it is amazing. Okay, the first prompt is child or children. So I cut these little guys out of a children's art book. A cleaning product. It's probably out of a Costco thing or something. I don't even know. A flower. I thought these were stunning. I, again, cut these out of a children's art book. I thought they were really, really pretty. A barcode. This is the little... color card, if you will, off of the HP Sprocket when you load your little color, when you load your paper. This is the color card that goes in first, bottom side down, of course, blah, blah, blah. And it has a barcode in it. So I always save these. I normally flip it over and use the other side just to mat something. But the barcode works. The next prompt is handwriting. Now this little list right here says to do. Now this is not my handwriting. This is off of a little notepad or a little book or something, whatever it was that I got at the thrift store one time. And these are my favorite things to find. Are little notes that other people have written in their handwriting. And I love lists. Like sometimes you see their shopping list or their to-do list, or I feel bad when I pick up a journal or a diary and it has like actual journal entries in it. I often will, I have at least taken it up to the front and said, this has personal information in it. Can we please rip these pages out? Because that, I don't know, it's just a weird time, you guys. And if people have their home addresses and phone numbers and blah, 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 and blah, 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 if it's not, 25, 30 years old, I just don't know, especially, anyway, again, this is just off of like a journal page and anyway, I grabbed it. I thought it was very cool. And then, the bonus was something that works as a title for this collage. Now, I should have put a title on this as like hot mess is what I should have titled it, but I didn't. So I didn't do the bonus item, but it definitely could use a title of like what not to do on a collage page. I don't know. But again, had fun with it. Obviously painted the yellow background, so I could have maybe done something different with that. Things just seem disjointed and not grounded to me. Like, I don't know why Windex is all the way up here. Maybe if I put it down here, it would have felt better. Who knows? Doesn't matter. Yeah, so enjoyed it. All right, week 12. I like this one too. Oh, that's not even true. That's not even true. This is week 12. I completely skipped week 12. Because it's another open prompt. And it's too hard. I can't do it. I'm not doing it. It's not I don't even know. The prompt is, do you ever order takeout? Use a takeout menu with other restaurant and food images and ephemera to make your collage. I don't have any of that. I mean, we could, of course, we ordered takeout. Yeah, I just didn't do it. I chose not to do it. So we're moving on. Okay, week 13. The first prompt is a poem. Now, this is interesting because this is something I actually don't have. I feel like I spent a significant amount of time looking for a poem. I was going to pop one off the internet and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, why? That is not the point of this list for me. The point is to like create art, enjoy the process, whatever. So I didn't do that prompt and I used the bonus instead. So the next prompt is a bird. Obviously, look at this stunning guy. Is he not gorgeous? The next thing is a measurement. Now, I'm not too sure. I used this as measurement. Now, because it measures degrees, right? It measures if you're going, what direction you're going. So it's a type of measurement. So I used it. The next one is stitching. And I was not going to, well, I wasn't going to stitch. So I wanted to stay in my chair and not be all over the place. And this is like a rub-on down here. And so it says real, drawn, or stamped. So that totally counts. The next thing is repeated rubber stamping. So I used like a leaf rubber stamp up here at the top. And the next one is bonus, a portion of a used envelope. So this whole section in the back right here is like a security envelope, right? That we get, those trash envelopes all the time that I had painted. And so I just spread that across the back. So I'm actually kind of happy with that. Okay, week 14. This one's kind of like not my go-to, so interesting. I don't know. The first thing is a ribbon. And so I have this like kind of lace ribbon up here at the top. The second thing is a plant. I used my die cut, which if you are not new here, you have heard me talk about and whatever. I do tend to gravitate towards a couple things and get kind of stuck on them and want to use them on everything. And this die cut is one of them. So I die cut these out of magazines and I use that as a plant. The next thing is a person. And so I found this sweet little girl. Isn't she adorable, you guys? And so I cut her out and put her on there. The next thing is splashes or splotches. So I splattered, I think splatters are splatches or splotches. I'm not too sure, but I splattered gold paint on here. The next thing was sheet music. So I have a piece of sheet music here. And the bonus item was a piece of a sewing pattern. And so I have this dressmaking guide here. And so I thought I think it all actually ties in really well, except for my plant thing. And maybe if I had put it all in one side and kind of made it like equally balanced or something, I don't know, it seems a little whatever, but I do like all of this. And then obviously I just added some paint to the background. So all right. So this is 2 weeks. So here's week 15. So this is, I think, my first time doing a 1 page. Again, this one's weird, right? But I think this is the first time in this book doing a 1 page. It was going to be a 2 page. I got out my pieces. I started playing with it and decided very clearly I don't need 2 pages. And I certainly almost felt like I don't have enough for 2 pages. And so I used 1 page. So the first thing is a postmark or cancellation mark. So I found a stamp with the postmark cancellation mark up here. The next thing was a text or a quote. So I pulled this off of a winter page. It says the most wonderful time of year. And we all know that is in reference to summer. And so I put it on this page because this is supposed to be a summer page. This is like kind of a tropical fern prompt. What am I saying? Frond? Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, and the little surfer dude and oh gosh. Okay. So anyway, a quote, a text or a quote is here. Lines. I used this napkin in the background for the lines. And what did I do for encyclopedia? Oh, this is from encyclopedia. This was from my Encyclopedia of Plants. Yeah, It's a palm frond. Is that right? Anyway, that's from my encyclopedia plant. I probably should have kept the writing so I know what it is, but regardless, that is my beach plant. And then a piece of decorative napkin is, my lines again. So that one piece counted as two things. And then bonus item was a name, and I did not need a name, although I could have named him, and we still could. His name could be Biff or something. I'm not too sure, but yes, it's summertime, the most wonderful time of year. I love it. It started off ideally. I was going to do like this and then blue and then like sunset colors in the background. But I found this napkin and I thought it still worked, and it tied in like more with the ocean. But it was going to be like an orange and yellow vibe, if you will, with some blue. Anyway, summer, just so we're clear, summer. All right, this is week 16, and it says a photo or a portion of a photo. Again, this is a hard one for me. So this is a Happy Mail postcard that one of you sent me, and I peeled it apart actually and took the photo off the front just because it was like a little bit thicker than, and I see now, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because it's kind of bubbly. But anyway, look at this beautiful picture, you guys. It's stunning. The next prompt was ticket. So I had 2 tickets, and this one actually says ticket. So I was like, well, that's going on there. And then this color worked a little bit better, so I used that. Next one was a bird. So I found a bird in my children's art book. A date. So I just wrote the date. I do title all of these like the date I actually make it. And so I put the date on, and it says today's date or whatever. So I put that on there. And then water in some form. Well, I already had water here from the actual picture, right? And then I did use watercolor to do the background, so if that counts. And then bonus was circles. And so this is like a die cut that I have. And I had been playing with it with different magazines and whatnot. And so I just kind of used it. It looked enough to me like a sun, kind of sunset with this color and whatnot. So I thought it kind of worked there. So that's circles. So I did all those prompts as well. Okay, week 17. Oh my goodness. This one was fun. I, again, probably could have gotten it all onto one page, right? It could have all probably been over here somehow, but I started the 2-page spread and I realized it's not balanced necessarily, but it's fine. So something round, I cut out map pieces from a round punch. I played with them like all around, the page. And in the end, I decided to go ahead and cut them up and separate them onto the edge. The next thing is a piece of map. So that's what I used obviously for that. The next item is shoe. And I struggled with this, you guys. I have a book that has lots of shoes in it, but I found this seashell shoe, and it absolutely was making the cut. And so, isn't it gorgeous? I had fun coloring it and putting like, what do you call that? Glitter stuff on it. Oh gosh, what do you call that stuff? Stickles. All the different color stickles, and oh my gosh, so much fun. So that's the shoe. The next one is a tool your grandparents would have used. I might be stretching it. I'm not too sure. I remember a typewriter just like this. My current typewriter is very similar to this. But obviously my grandparents used a typewriter all the time. And so I remember my grandfather typing on a typewriter, and so I used that as a tool. The next thing is a postal item. And so I made this envelope, and then the next thing is one of the elements torn apart. I don't think I did that. What did I not do? I don't know what I did not do. Maybe I tore the envelope. I'm not too sure. I think I made this one on video with you guys so you can see it. So, and I don't know why, this is like a little note that I typed, right? Not really, but I found the little things that says chapter 1, I just want to make nice things, if not now, when, and hold on tight to your dreams. So it was a little note to myself, maybe from my grandparents or something like that. And I just loved it. I went ahead and lined that envelope with that lobster paper. So it was beach themed. And I love this little page. I think it's so sweet. So All right. And then the next week is my final week. This I have a full video of. If it hasn't posted already, it will soon. This is the last week in this book. This was another open prompt. And so it says, find a special photo you can serve as the focus of your collage. Look for additional papers that will enhance what you see in the photo. So I had, and I tell the story in the video, obviously. So very quickly, I had bought some cards at the thrift store that someone had made with photos glued to the front of them, and I bought it for the entire purpose of using it in these collages, because I know, as you've seen, I struggle with maybe having a picture when it says use a photograph, which I think is kind of weird. But I don't have a lot of photos of just like, I don't know, scenery, I guess. Okay, here they are. So it was a whole box of these. Okay. And she's very sweet. She has embossed them. They came with matching envelopes. I'm not going to use these. If I were going to use one, it would have been this one. There's a cow, there's a bell, there's something else. I don't even know. But these I'm not going to use, but I thought I'm going to use them in Collage Weekly Planner. That's exactly what I'm going to use them for. And so I bought them because they were like dirt cheap. So yeah, that's what that happens. So anyway, okay. So this is what I made. This was my focal picture, and the rest, you can see. So, and if you want to watch the video on it, it's coming soon if it's not already posted under Collage Weekly Planner on my playlist. So that's it, you guys. That is the first 18 weeks of the Collage Weekly Planner prompts from Marguerite Miller. I, again, will link her channel below. She has an Etsy store. She has, I think, a website. She has all sorts of good stuff, and she has amazing, amazing videos. This is not her caliber. This is not what most of the people do for Collage Weekly Planner. So mine are very simple. I literally just use them as kind of either a warm up technique or a calm down technique. It's very soothing for me to kind of search for things and plop them onto a paper, where they don't have to necessarily make sense. It doesn't. Okay. This one literally hurts my head. So this one too. Let's not look at that one. We'll leave it here. This one happens to make sense, but it's just for fun. So that was it. You guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you're doing Collage Weekly Planner, please let me know below, and I'd be happy to check out your channel if I don't already. I would love to see what you do. I do try not to watch all the videos, like current video, because I do think it somehow makes suggestions to me about what you should use or how you should incorporate things. And I do really use these as kind of an exercise for my brain, because sometimes they're very difficult for me because oftentimes I'm so linear. And so I want things to kind of make sense, and sticking a cow with a, whatever doesn't make sense to me, but it's okay. And it's working in here. So I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'm going to keep going for the year. I am planning on finishing on time. Last year I scooched it in on New Year's Eve. I made my last page. So I will try and finish this year on time as well, but we'll see. So far we have 1 through 18 done. So that's it for me, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. I love watching your videos. I am always inspired by you, and I appreciate you hanging out here and supporting me and this channel. And I hope that you find something today that inspires you. Take care. Bye.